And that's okay. No, for real, for it really isn't. No need to send me the goddamn evil out, goddamn it. Hope you find peace within your own goddamn lane. No, the train of thought with me. Like all that energy that you're projecting, and then they sending someone spell work, putting it in front of their doorstep, or sending chaos and confusion spell work in their life, and doing come to me spells or whatever kiss me. You can pour into yourself. No, and the trade don't be hello. My content is not everybody, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Today is currently September 23rd, 2025. Always be yourself with no intentions. To the genuine ones with no intentions, I truly hope all is well again. Hello, good day. How you doing? I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Just because someone gave up on you or during your journey, never give up on yourself. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Gang stalking is real towards your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. Individuals that you don't even have to know would threaten your life, disrespect you, try to rob you mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, even send folks up to you to project fear in you. Doesn't matter if it was an addict or not. At the end of the day, you didn't have to pretend to be authentic, speak enough for yourself. They said that your voice didn't matter, but you truly actually had a potential at the end of the day when God gave you life to speak up for yourself because you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Never allow someone to project fear in you because they want to control the narrative because they took your kindness or weakness. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya General Respect, and I'm far from a hater. No, it's the truth. Don't be goddamn. My content is okay. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? Stop the violence in the community. Stop the violence in the community. No, it's a trigger. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It was more so teach one, respect others at the end of the day. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're not supposed to be comfortable in your own skin. It was going to be folks in different tax brackets trying to make you and project, hold on 1 second, that you mentally unstable because they throwing spoke in a toxic way. But be mindful and wise, never lose yourself. All they lies they had to tell, only for us to hold on 1 second. God was holding your weight when you least expected because God balanced you out when it comes to reality, praying to go within, being authentic. It's a train of thought for me when you knew how to respect your neighbor. 6 feet apart, thank you, no thank you. You ain't have to get physical with someone when someone try to blackmail you. Hold on 1 second, it wasn't a hesitation. You knew at the end of the day. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. No, it's a change, don't be all be yourself with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. And it's not a crime to be authentic. I was never part of someone's script when it comes to blackmailing. I say it respectfully. How folks will paint a theme at the end of the day. All you need to show up and walk out your door and hold on 1 second. The scene was actually on time. But I never signed up for someone's contract, and I say that respectfully. Individuals will try to blackmail you and make it seem like you're supposed to be participating in their event when you never, at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. What happened to making sense, be on the same page? No, if the trade don't be how you took it against my free will, you jackass, just trying to disturb my goddamn peace and pay me out to be mentally unstable. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks make a couple of dollars out of you. Then they say that you're mentally unstable because you're truly being real, being authentic. Hold on 1 second. They want to paint you out to be the fiend. They want to paint you out to be someone that's mentally unstable. Or because you speak up for yourself. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, general respect, entertainment purpose only. Now, entertainment, my content, not everybody, that's okay. Entertainment purpose only. You ever been minding your business and start going down memory lane of the shit that you used to do at the end of the day? No, entertainment, I didn't sign up for the bullshit, but it just happened. You haven't realized you was in a conversation at the end of the day when someone wanted to fight you? Hold on 1 second, hold on 1 second. Please, 1 second. I gotta think about this real quick. You had to reevaluate what your whole train of thought. You had to be like 10, 13, 14 years old. I can't fight! I ain't gonna say it out loud at the end of the day, but hold on 1 second. Just don't hit my face. Matter of fact, don't hit my balls! Oh, I wanna feel my balls. You ever came across this one bully at the end of the day, the big bully out of the whole goddamn school. No, for real, for real. And don't be wrong, they couldn't even fight this whole fucking time. You was scared for no motherfucking reason. No, I had to trade off of me. This fool starts to say at the end of the day, so I heard you was talking about me. Who, me? Nah, why would I do such a thing? You're the bully, and why would I want you to bully me? Allow? No, they tricked on me. Come to find out, someone through the great lines, then they gonna say, you know what? I did say that you said what you said to me that day at lunch period, you know, when they wasn't there. How they was cheating on Bay. Oh, why the fuck would you do that? That wasn't our business. No, it changed over me. When you realize at the end of the day, hold on one second. This motherfucker don't even wear glasses, but you trying to figure out, hold on one second. How can you see me? In the trade though, please don't hit me. I don't win. In the trade though, it's raining outside. No, for real. Because now you're trying to figure out the weather if you're coming or going today. Like, hold on one second. Do I raise my hand to tell the teacher, or do I wait to get home? Matter of fact, I'm going to play sick. I don't want that ass woman when I get out of school. You ever had one of them older siblings or cousins and shit or whatever the case may be? The bullies? No, have to check on me. You ever told them what happened at school or whatever the case may be? Only right, they was the ones that then they was the bullying you? No, they checked on me. Why would y'all want to see me fight? No, for real. They come down to the goddamn schoolyard or whatever the case may be. Point them out. That's her sister. That's her. Ooh. This motherfucker start having an asthma attack on site. I gotta call my mammy. What the fuck? No, if it straight through me, this don't make no goddamn sense. How you bully me, but you can't bully these bitches in this yard out there today? No, if it's train throw for me. You know, it's a train throw. Like, I don't know if they take you serious or them serious. I might as well just catch this fade. It's a train throw for me. Only to find out that I whooped the bitch ass in 2 seconds. You mean to tell me, you big bully bitch, you been bullying me all this goddamn school years and I could whip your ass? Ah! No, it changed over me. Only to realize at the end of the day, I had to make it make sense when it came my mother that day. What the fuck happened to you at school? So, remember the person I told you that was bullying me and you told me to speak up for myself? Well, I did so. I never understood this bullshit at the end of the day. You know when a person in school be bullying you and shit and your mother and father be like, yo, speak up for yourself. Fight the fuck back if they put their hands on you. I wasn't trying to get physical, but I had to understand the two-step that you taught me. Windmill that bitch, windmill that bitch. No, they trained over me. Only to realize they gonna say I was just joking. So now I'm suspended from school. And you gonna tell me you was just joking? So you mad at me because now you gotta sit at a PTA meeting. Let alone you gotta do a community service. Let alone you gotta sit with the principal twice for me. And I'll beat this bitch ass. Oh my God. No other trait though for me. Only to find out this person needed their ass whooped. Because the principal gonna whisper in my ears, I'm very so much thankful that you whooped that bitch ass. After that bitch had it coming, it's the trait though me. I was tired of seeing that little hoe in that class. No, the trait though me. Because you know they got the tension and you gotta, when you at the end of the day, when you get in trouble, you gotta do a couple of hours or whatever case may be. You gotta sit in that one classroom with everybody that's bad or whatever case may be. The principal said, I got tired of seeing her. I was just waiting for somebody to knock her ass out. But you know what? Moving forward, just keep your hands to yourself. If someone puts their hands on you again, just come find me. No, it's the trick on me. That one particular time, this motherfucker said, come find them. Someone decided to have a transfer. No, it's a transfer for me. You know when you get the new person in the school, whatever case may be, because when you in the zone school, everybody know each other. What up? It's the trade open. We don't know you. No, we don't know you. No. We don't even know your cousins. I'm sorry. Not sorry. No, it's the trade open. Not even your father. It's the trade open me. You know how when you get that one person that came out of a bad school, they just transfer to new neighborhood or whatever case may be? Cool, find it then. Everybody's, trying to be nice and shit. But then they come to find out, you a bully. Oh! Everybody gonna say she gonna knock you out. I was like, no. They said she locked the last bully out. No. It was God's train thought for me. Like, I didn't sign up for this one-sided conversation. No, for real. It's the train of thought for me. It's the same purposes only. When you go to school or whatever case may be, you come into confusion with people, whatever case may be, violence is not the key. Just keep it pushing them day. Pray your way through it. But if someone put their hands on you, you got to two-piece them. Do what you got to do. It's a train through me. But don't put no weapons involved. If you got to fight, put your hands up. It's a train through me. You ever been minding your business, and you got put into someone's conversation? No, it's a train of thought for me. I swear I didn't mean to. It was on purpose. It's a train of thought for me. You ever been minding your business, and you one of those type of people that you don't like when people cheat on other people? No. I don't do that type of stuff myself. So it's a train of thought for me. Please as you go with the kissing me. But don't do it around me. No, it's a train of thought for me. Hello. So this fool gonna say, you know what? I've been stepping out of my relationship, my marriage. I got kids and all that, or whatever the case may be. Oh, why would you say that around me? No, it's a train over me. I know how to keep my mouth shut, but I don't like you. It's a train over me. It's a big difference. We on a cool page. We good. But I don't like you. No, it's a train over me. And why would you put them kids through that? No, it's a train through for me. You're just trifling. Yeah, I spoke up that day. I said, you know what? I don't know what you got going on, honey bun, bitty cake, or whatever the case may be, ma'am, sir. But that one right there, you better run. Here's a train on me. Like, why would you say that? Next day, I know somebody knocking at my car door. It's a train over me. They said, you got a personal problem with me. Why would I have a personal problem with you? What happened? You know how when you got one of those friends that call you before somebody approach you? Yo, let me tell you. Oh, don't hang up. The person's already at your window. And they like, please don't hang up. Matter of fact, I'm going to consult you through this whole entire time. Maybe you may need 911. Maybe you might need a witness. Stay on the phone. I got this. I'm going to call you back. I may be urgent. And the trade though for me. So this fool starts to politic or whatever the case may be. I said, do me a favor. Don't come over here with that bull crap today. Have a nice day. No, for real. If you coming over here with that drama stuff, have a good day. I don't got time for it. You helped me. You saved my life. Wait, what? How the fuck did I become a therapist in 60 seconds? And the trade go for me. When someone realized at the end of the day what they could lose in 60 seconds and they only realize their own fool? No, for real. How you sit there and cheat on somebody that got it all together, but maybe a couple of screws that's missing, holding your household down, all that. Like, come on, make it make sense. Ma'am, sir, hello, whoever you are. You showed me a valuable lesson not to be insecure. Insecure? You a narcissist. You got your words all fucked up. It's a trade off for me. I'm not yet gonna respect that my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently September 23rd, 2025. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, regardless to who's gang stalking me, or regardless to what next door neighbor in any tax bracket is sending sport towards my way, or is plotting scenes at the end of the day, making money off of me. No, it's a train of thought from you. How individuals with energy harvest off your energy. They call you mentally unstable. No, it's a train thought for me. How they energy harvest off your energy. Project spell work, gang stalk you, tell your next move. Paint sceneries at the end of the day. When you show up for yourself, you walking out certain doors, they put a sport by the door. Didn't matter the tax bracket at the end of the day. How folks want you to be in a conscious and low elevation. They would even hack your emails, your devices, your accounts. Even turn off certain notifications at the end of the day. When it comes to your location, when you already turned it off, it'd be the train of thought me how gang stalking is real when you never gave nobody access to hold on 1 second your whereabouts. I do not live in fear and I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to what man or woman is threatening my life, or regardless to what couple or what man or woman is watching my every move, that's gang stalking me. or that's sending individuals to project fear on me, or sending individuals to paint a narrative. At the end of the day, I'm far from an addict and I'm far from a sex worker. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How individuals don't even have to know you when it comes to gang stalking. They would try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, energy harvest off your energy, even send spirit towards you, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. I walk these streets alone. I do not live in fear, and I say that respectfully. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract when it comes to your movie, seeing your book, or whatever you got going on. I say that respectfully. I'm not even respecting. I'm far from a hater. I know how to respect my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How individuals will hack your accounts and put you part of certain scenes or certain parts of movies or whatever you doing, whatever the case may be. I didn't participate for that. And then you sit there and say, I'm mentally unstable at the end of the day when you're gang stalking me. And you mean to tell me it was okay for someone that you allowed yourself to be part of, regardless if you know them or not, but you sat down and had a conversation with individuals at the end of the day to poison me? Didn't matter if it was food or not at the end of the day. And then you sit there and say that I'm mentally unstable, and then you try to get me locked up, put me in the cyber, then you hack my devices and accounts and monitor my phone calls. It's just train of thought for me. I would never hurt myself. How I never gave no man or woman or child permission to have access to my personal information, to gang stalk me. And I say that respectfully, I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. How individuals would try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even energy, harvest off your energy, even paint you out to be somebody you're truly not. They will pay people, regardless if it's money or substances, to create a narrative at the end of the day, to blackmail an innocent person. How this type of stuff actually happens. I would never hurt myself. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. No mother or father should lose a child because of someone's jealousy, envy, or hate. Regardless if that person had a one-family household or not, regardless if it's a man or a female or a child, regardless of their sexual orientation at the end of the day. You know, jealousy and envy is real. And it's really disgusting to see. It doesn't matter how old someone is, how someone projects spirit towards somebody, because we live in a spiritual world. How someone can project spirit on somebody, or someone with energy harvest off someone's energy, or how someone will have a hate train towards somebody, to project a hate crime towards somebody, to cite someone out their free will. Or because someone may be more gifted or talented than somebody. Or someone may be more lovable and they don't got to try hard being authentic. Or because a mother and father, regardless if they're in the same household or not, they came together regardless to, I don't mean no disrespect, by the time, everybody's time frame is different when it comes to their journey, when they conceived that child. You came together with somebody at the end of the day. You brought a gift into this world. And you protect that baby. You love that baby. You pour into that baby. Not everybody's a mother and father. But the ones that are, that actually show up for their child, good day, bad day, misunderstanding days. And it's not doing it for likes of music, cloud chasing. And the ones that don't, it's not the ones that's out here that's not projecting spoke on their children. The ones that's not energy harvesting off their children. The one that's not making money off their children. The ones that actually know how to respect their children. They actually show up for their kids. They didn't ask for someone to take their child's life. My content is not for everybody. Never allow someone to project fear in you, regardless if it's a man or a woman at the end of the day, and say that nobody's going to ever believe you because they decided to take your kindness for weakness. They decided to say, well, nobody's going to believe you because of the community that I may work in, the community that I may live in, the environment at the end of the day that, you know, I'm going to paint a narrative that you're mentally unstable. Matter of fact, I'm going to plot a scene to set you up, to blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. All because someone decided to take someone's kindness for weakness when someone actually had respect for somebody. You know, you don't have to know somebody or not for someone to blackmail you against you. One thing I don't do is run from my past. And one thing I don't do is run from he say, she say. And I never gave nobody confirmation or a yes at the end of the day to use my creativity. Or when I walk out my door to make money off of me. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, no pretenders. It's not a crime to speak up for yourself. It's disgusting to see that you don't have to know somebody for someone to project spell work on you. How you don't have to know somebody for someone to try to energy harvest off your energy. It's a train of thought for me. Gang stalking is real. Always be yourself, but no attention. I'm not and respect, and I will never hurt myself. They said teach one. They said teach one. Loving yourself, teach one. I may not make sense to the average person. You taught self. That was one. Only realize you conceived the child. That became two. Respect, hold on one second, was others. When you allowed to go out to the world, everybody's environment ain't the same. When it comes to certain folks' culture, hold on one second, certain folks project pain. You got that moms and pops that actually showed their children at the end of the day, respect's a two-way street. But if someone can't respect you, never pretend to play in someone's face at the end of the day. Never allow someone to play with your emotions. That energy is different when it comes to your confidence. Never allow someone to project insecurity problems on you. There's going to be folks out there seeing your evil lie. They're going to project the spell work in a toxic way. They're going to make you feel uncomfortable in your own shoes, but never get lost. Hold on one second. Continue to stay focused, loving you. They said teach one. Respect your neighbor, said teach one. Respect your neighbor, they said teach one. My content is not for everybody. And I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life, or whoever puts spell work in front of my door. I do not live in fear, or who's plotting a hate crime towards me, or who's plotting to have me homeless, or who's plotting to rob me mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, or who's the ones that are hacking my devices, emails, and accounts when you say I'm mentally unstable. Because I'm speaking up for myself. I'm my biggest cheerleader. The energy is different. God gave me the confidence. You said God wasn't real. When you tried to rob me mentally, you said I was mentally ill. I understood that right from that left at the end of the day. When God spent the block, I wasn't giving up myself. Hold on one second, rejecting myself another day because someone didn't know how to love me, let them respect me, didn't have to pretend to be authentic. I love myself now that's in my life. I love myself now that's in my life. I love myself now that's in my life. Never give up on yourself. Always be yourself with no intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to make you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. You don't have to know any man or woman that's around you that's projecting spell work. And I say that respectfully. How individuals would gather up, and it'd be certain individuals that be playing two sides of the story at the end of the day. Just to go against other individuals that think they for them at the end of the day. Only was the hold on one second, they mask fell off. They wasn't repping you at the hold on one second. Another day. They was actually on the winning team. That's what they said. They wasn't trying to tear somebody else down another day. It's a child of God that you're playing with. Be mindful at the end of the day when someone is truly woke when it comes to being comfortable in their own skin. Or because, hold on one second, you don't understand your own balance. I don't pick sides. I pick respect. And I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman is threatening my life, or regardless to what man or woman is projecting spell work on me. And trust and believe the devil himself or herself or the enemy always presents themselves. No matter what kind of clothes you are or culture you are at the end of the day. When God reveals the devil on the enemy, I don't live in fear. How it takes over 20, 30 people to go up against one person. And then you paint them out to be mentally unstable. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's rooting for me or not. I choose me. Gang stalking is real. When I choose to post, that's when I choose to post. Don't nobody control when I post. Don't nobody control when I go outside. When I decide to get up and get out of my bed, or whatever the case may be, what I'm doing throughout the day, that's what I choose to do. It's crazy to know that God reveals when folks put spell work at your door, or someone told this idiot or this fool or this jackass or whatever the case may be, do spell work towards them. It's disgusting to see how If you wasn't so jealous of somebody, you wouldn't invade their space and tamper with their belongings for them to have a breakout. You wouldn't tamper with their belongings at the end of the day to cause them food poisoning. You wouldn't sit there with a group of people and say, watch this, they're going to have a bad reaction. The last person you probably did that to wasn't able to see another day. The last person that you did that to, you said that their voice didn't matter. They're nobody. I may not be somebody to you, but I'm somebody to self. And I don't care if she or he or they hear me. God sees me. We don't pray the same. And I would never hurt myself or my neighbors. I don't take any substances. I do not drink and I do not smoke. And I am not a sex worker. So you continue to disrespect me, you're disrespecting yourself. And when I speak up for myself because someone decided to do something to me, I was just only talking my piece. You shouldn't get mad when someone violates your child. You should be proud of your child for having a voice, regardless of how old they are. As they continue to blossom, that's the seed that you gave birth to, a blessing that you and your wife or your girlfriend gave life to. That creation is that's the image of a little you. And because that's a little image you, it grows up. And not only that, regardless to that man or woman, when they do something to someone, when these people do something to them, you will want them to speak up for themselves. You should be wanting them to go to the right people and be able to be comfortable in their own skin. But nowadays, doesn't matter what tax bracket someone's in nowadays. You can go to authorities and say, you know what, someone did this to me, and it just gets overlooked because, hold on one second, until it's their household. Now you know what, I need to speak up. It should never have to wait until it's your household for your voice to matter with your household if you didn't just care about the next person's household. That's not how that go. Because respect is a two-way street. That could be your daughter or your son or someone that you care about, best friend or friend at the end of the day, regardless of their culture, religion, or sexual orientation. You seen your child have nightmares crying at night because they friend done lost their life. They friend just got wounded. And you're not used to seeing your child in this type of manner, and it's bothering you. It's making you sick because that's not the norm for your household. And your child don't need no doctor. Your child needs you. Your child needs you, and your help in prayer to prayer for their friend. Maybe they may not be the same sexual orientation, culture, religion, whatever the case may be, but they had a bond with that person. That person might have had a healthy effect in their life when you least expect it, regardless of how old they are. And they never brought harm towards your child. I may not make sense to the average person because I was told that I'm stupid, I'm slow, I'm retarded. Shut up! That's what you said. She's delusional. She's delusional. She's delusional. See, hold on one second. They pick and choose who could talk about God, spirituality, the devil. Hold on one second. Spirituality. Did I say that already? You know, narcotics, violence, domestic. Hold on one second. It's train of thought for me. It should never have to wait until it's your household and you know at the end of the day that wasn't right. Regardless if you know someone's parents or not. Or even if you do know that that baby didn't have a mother or father. Not only they bore an effect in your household, but they respected you. Regardless if they had a mother or father. They saw you as a role model. They looked up to you and said thank you to you. Or they didn't even have to know you. But they still acknowledged you and still respected you. Regardless of your religion. You know, my content is not for everyone. I've been having people threaten me, hack my devices, accounts, emails. Gang stalking is real to your household. And I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, no mother or father should have a child stripped out of their hands when they're a fit parent. And I say that respectfully. You are worthy of your baby being in your hands. You are worthy of knowing that your baby is safe. You are worthy of knowing that your child eat today. You are worthy of knowing if your child is not sick today. You are worthy to know how their school day went. You are worthy of knowing if they're in safe hands today. You know, it doesn't matter if someone's a parent or not, for someone to respect another adult, or let alone the well-being of someone else. You know, my content is not for everybody. I do not project spoke towards my neighbor. I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. I don't destiny swipe towards my neighbors. It's individuals that hack my accounts. They control the background scene at the end of the day. And I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. You know, that when it comes to gang stalking, it doesn't matter if you knew the person or you didn't know the person. A person can act like they had a conversation with you just to continue the narrative of a conversation, to have folks be on their side or whatever the case may be, to blackmail you against you. How individuals will hack your phone calls, monitor your phone calls, your devices, your emails, follow your location, have your next door neighbor in different tax brackets telling your every move, even try to poison your food or have folks poison your food, or they even know that people poisoned your food. You know, that's a crime. It's a sin to throw for me. And they would even try to plot to have a hate crime towards you, energy harvest over your energy, or put it spoken towards you. They would try to destiny strike with you, but you can't take God's anointings. We don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. They will even control certain narratives when it comes to a relationship or a business situation, how they would try to tell someone don't work with you, or they would even project sport on that individual as well that wants to work with you or that wants to be in a relationship with you, to make them look at you differently, or even cast spells around individuals and they so certain individuals won't look at you in a certain light. So they will have a mindset of having hate towards you, and they don't have to know you, and they won't even wake up till the spell is actually over, whenever that is. One thing I don't do is play with spell work. I don't do that, especially against my neighbor's free will. I don't play that, not at all. That's one thing I don't do. I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. I have my own anointings, and I say that respectfully. I know how to respect my neighbor. I don't destiny swipe with my neighbor. I don't have people device or accounts regardless who's trying to blackmail me and frame me and put me in certain sceneries or whatever the case may be. I would never hurt myself. Jealousy and envy and hate is really disgusting. I say it respectfully. Or certain folks would try to make money off of you and paint a scene at the end of the day to write a book or make a movie off of you or whatever the case may be, and make money off you. Didn't say that you're mentally unstable. They will have sceneries where people will walk up to you and they will make a profit off you, something that you never signed up for. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. You know, someone will say that you don't have potential, but they will watch every move. Down to the point gang stalking you, down to the point hacking your devices, down to the point creating a hate train, down to the point laughing at you, to the point where, hold on 1 second, they said that you don't make sense. They said that God wasn't real. Just because they don't believe in God, your faith is different when it comes to your confidence. They project insecurities on you, so they have to do spell work towards you, so you could be insecure. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. I don't run from he say she. I don't run from he say she say. I could repeat anything that I said that day, and I don't run from my past. And I say that respectfully. I was threatened by men and women that nobody would ever believe me. I had individuals throw sport at me, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. I don't have to know them, and I never disrespected nobody. You don't have to disrespect someone for someone to throw sport at you, rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, or hack your devices, or gang stalk you, or make you homeless, or paint you out to be an addict or a sex worker that you're not at the end of the day. How the safer stuff actually happens. To the genuine ones, I truly appreciate your time. I hope all is well in your end. Protect your energy, protecting your family, stay out of trouble. You matter, you're worthy, you are loved and respected, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, and you matter, worthy. I love to talk about love. No, everything strength off for me. Love is real, love is one of a kind. You know, it started with 9/23/2025. You put a name in your book when it came to your journey. Someone truly actually valuing your time. It wasn't my manipulation games. They wasn't trying to get in your drawers. The energy is different. Someone wasn't trying to project pain. Someone sees you. Who would have knew a masterpiece that God created that day? Someone treating you right. Who would have knew that the person had the key to your heart? Only to realize how time actually flies. Wow, you ever got lost in your words, but someone didn't have to kick you down to discourage you, let alone they just want to maintain your smile? You know, art was beautiful when you least expected. Someone truly allowed you to see why you truly elevated. You know, when it comes to your boundaries, coming out your comfort zone, being emotionally stable, who would have knew that someone's trying to shortchange when it comes to your mental health, how your moms and prouds would be so proud of you. You know, because someone truly actually loves you. And you're not dealing with no knuckleheads today. It wasn't lust, it was real love. Someone truly keeping it real with you, love. I may not make sense to the average person, but a mother and father always prays for the right person, actually not to pretend to actually love their child right the first time around with no malicious intentions. Because true love is not complicated. The energy is different when someone truly cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors. Your biggest cheerleader, someone praying for you. The energy is different. They wasn't praying against you. Someone truly showing you that true love was real. They wasn't trying to switch up, let them kick you down. The energy is different. It wasn't lust. Someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. It actually made sense. I may not pray the same, but someone didn't have to pretend to value time and day to run game. Now, even check on me. I gotta go. I'm Nadia, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I wouldn't hurt myself or my neighbors around me or my peers around me, regardless of what tax bracket they in. And I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself, regardless of who's trying to rob me mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, or who's gang stalking me, whatever the case may be. I put everything in God's hands. We don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm not your respect, and my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully, regardless of what man or woman is projecting on me to blackmail me against me. I would never hurt myself. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. I'm not aging on respect, and my content is not for everybody. And I say it respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, I always have since day one, regardless of what next door neighbor, any tax bracket, or regardless of what contract someone has as one side at the end of the day to try to blackmail me against me. I work alone. And I never signed up for someone's one-sided ass contract, and I say that respectfully. I'm naive to no respect, and I would never hurt myself. Peace and respect, self-respect, like bust up the lunch. Humanity, damn your life, gotta go, never, damn your life. Stop the violence. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my heavenly mother, my heavenly father, God. Gang stalking is real. Until it's your household, you're not doing it for likes of views, a cloud chasing, or fame. I would never hurt myself. You know, being threatened that nobody will ever believe you because they were trying to paint you out to be a junkie or a sex worker because they created scenes and took pictures of you against your will, whatever the case may be, but you don't care about that. But you know who you are as a man and woman at the end of the day. Regardless if it has to take over 3, 4, 5, 6 people to try to blackmail you against you. You know, there's real men and women at the end of the day that know how to respect their neighbor, not to project spell work or energy harvest of their energy. Regardless, they came from poverty and pain. Respect is a two-way street. At the end of the day, if someone is tweeting out for them, they're not going to create a hate train. They're not going to kick their neighbor down. They're going to keep it pushing at the end of the day. Continue to maintain a smile. Because they got better stuff to do. They have to train off for me. They ain't thinking about robbing somebody mentally, spiritually, physically, or financially. Because all money ain't good money. And I say it respectfully. I'm nice and respect, and I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself with no misintentions.